Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. This is the Wednesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video here as we're now seeing our snow event pulling away from the region. And as I always do here, the day after the event, I'm going to sort of grade how my forecast went. Let me show you the map I posted on the blog and on the air yesterday morning. This is it, and you had a couple of widespread 2 to 4 inch forecasts for much of the Triad and from Charlotte down toward Greenville, Spartanburg, and up into the mountains and foothills. And I mentioned both on the air and on the blog that there would probably be a strip of heavier snow. In fact, some folks would probably get over 6 inches. Well, let's see how that played out. This is a look at the preliminary accumulation map. And again, these are preliminary amounts, and this is not set in stone. This is just a rough outline from some of the initial reports we've gotten in. Obviously, the place the forecast busted the worst was from Charlotte and points back through Gaston, Cleveland County, up into Lincoln County, and down into the upstate of South Carolina. Again, there's the forecast map. This is the general idea of what occurred. Now, eastern parts of Charlotte did get around 2 inches, but the west side of Charlotte, less than an inch of the airport, only a dusting at best for much of Gaston, Cleveland, Lincoln, and Iredell, southern Iredell counties. So really, that part of the forecast busted in terms of west of Charlotte down into the upstate. Let me show you a closer inspection here across parts of the Piedmont. The widespread 2 to 4 inch snow forecast for the Triad worked out very, very nicely. That's really where most of the snow accumulation totals fell, right in that 2 to 4 inch range. And there's that strip of heavier snow, ran from the mountains up through the northwestern parts of the Piedmont and the Virginia border counties there. And again, let me go back to this other regional map. This Mentone total there, atop the mountain there in eastern Alabama. Most totals in that area were in the 2 to 3 inch range, maybe 4 inches. And then you picked up that strip of pretty heavy snow from northeast Georgia up into the mountains, over 11 inches there at Scaly Mountain, over 8 inches in Asheville. So as far as this forecast is concerned, it was interesting to watch Charlotte, Gastonia, even back towards Shelby as the snow settled in yesterday. Many spots had 11 to 12 hours of snow. As the snow settled in, the temperature dropped to around 34 degrees. Up in the Triad, the temperature dropped to 33. They didn't get below freezing in much of the Triad area for you folks there either. But for Gastonia, Charlotte, and back toward the upstate, it only dropped to around 34 degrees. And the snow rates were just as heavy as what occurred up in the northwest Piedmont. So really, I can only assume the difference was you combine the daytime snow, the March sun angle, with temperatures dropping to 34. That 34-degree temperature was not good enough to get a lot of accumulation, whereas dropping to 33 or so was. That 1 degree difference evidently made a huge difference in how the precipitation was able to accumulate. It's amazing. You track the storm for a week or so away, and it all boils down to a degree difference. But that's how the weather works. That's why it's fun, right? So we move ahead and look what's happening. This is the radar this morning. There goes the system, bringing snow to southern New England, and this will be pulling out to sea. In the wake of it, we'll have a pretty breezy day today. We'll see winds gusting maybe 20, 25 miles an hour. Cloud cover, sort of stubborn, but some sunshine will try to work in with time. Highs in the 40s today. Tomorrow, that low pressure pulling away, and we'll have another breezy day tomorrow, but we'll get a little milder with each passing day. Probably upper 40s to low 50s tomorrow, and then by Friday, a lot of sun, low 50s, maybe some mid-50s in a few spots, and certainly some mid-50s possible there by Saturday with lots of sunshine. Notice the quiet stretch of weather, getting a little milder each day. Here's Sunday. We'll call it maybe a partly cloudy type of day, mid to upper 50s, and many spots will probably make a run at low 60s by Monday. Now there comes the next system. Looks like it's going to be relatively weak as it swings in, but I will mention a chance of some rain showers coming up anywhere from late Tuesday there into parts of Wednesday. Now, is that the end of the cold air? Probably not. Still a lot of blocking up into Canada. This is the Pacific North America forecast here from the ensembles, and it's been strongly in the positive category here for much of the month of February. That has led to the cold air. That's a ridge out west, basically. And notice the forecast is for that ridge to build back up again as we get toward mid-March. So probably not finished with the cold air. In fact, I can almost guarantee we'll have a couple more cold snaps or shots of cold air somewhere down the line. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks so much for checking in with the blog and the videos. It's really humbling to have you stop by and check out what I'm saying. I really appreciate it, and Thank you. Everyone have a wonderful day. God bless.